Hey, Andrew here from The Investor's Way, and welcome to Woody's Weekly Wisdom, episode number 11. And today is one of those classic news articles that I want to have a look at, and it just so happens to be about Bitcoin. But this is why I tell you quite often not to be using the media for your investment advice, because I'm going to show you a few things about this article that will just make you chuckle if you have the same type of sense of humor that I do. But here's the headline: Bitcoin's value tipped to skyrocket past 75,000 in 2024. Now, for our American readers or listeners, this is in Aussie dollars. So the article does point out that they're suggesting 50,000 US dollars. And for those who haven't been playing along at home, crypto is currently, or Bitcoin is currently trading around about the 28,000 mark, US dollars. So let's just keep it in perspective. It's effectively saying they expect by 2024 it's going to double in value. So for all those people out there who are crypto fans, you're probably going, fantastic, love it, I'm all in, it's going to double, I'm looking to cash in. But let's go and have a look at some of the contradictory messages that this article is spitting out when it comes to Bitcoin. So we'll skip the video, but in this, like I said, it talks about going to US $50,000 not because of anything other than this process that most people don't understand or know about with Bitcoin, but it has to be mined to be created, and it has this built-in mechanism called halving. And every 4 odd years, it has this halving process where it means less coins are available to be made. So there it is there. This section here talks about the halving process. So as a result of that, they're saying, well, if it's going to be halved, it's not necessarily the entire amount of coin because there's already coin created, but it's the number of tokens available to be mined is halved. And so they're just assuming off the back of that it's going to skyrocket. And then they also talk about how it's leapt by nearly 15% as the banking chaos gripped the global financial system. Well, one bank collapsed, another one got bought out, but I wouldn't necessarily describe that as banking chaos. So there, once again, is that emotive language used to suck us in and believe that what they're saying is absolute truth. So we scroll down a bit further, and it talks more about this, this halving process every 4 years. Where the reward for mining new blocks is halved. So there's still the existing stock out there of coin, but it's only the new blocks that are halved. So with the number already out there being quite significant, it's pretty, like, the halving process isn't going to just naturally result in a doubling of the price. That's just a complete lack of understanding of the supply and demand of anything, let alone just Bitcoin. And here's the funny part. So we're sitting in April 2023, and this is saying it'll happen next year in April, so 12 months away. A lot can happen with Bitcoin or stock markets, stock prices, any financial products in 12 months. But this article wants to come out and make a prediction, suck people in, get people believing that in 12 months' time, if you invest today, your Bitcoin will be worth double in 12 months' time. So that's enticing, and everybody loves to double their money. But then they've got the big however. So let's drag you in, tell you about the halving process, tell you how it's going to double in value, and then hit you with, but there's interest rate hikes and a US regulatory crackdown on crypto in the wake of FTX exchange's spectacular collapse that could hamper this increase. Or maybe not. I think the interest rate hikes will probably have minimal impact on what's happening with crypto, but what will have an impact is if there's any regulatory crackdown on crypto. And then it's if the collapse was indeed the bottom, then history would suggest that we're 350 days away from this thing accumulating and doubling post the halving process. So if, maybe, however, all these terms used to put a caveat on the headline of it doubling. Then it just tells us a little bit about the record price that it's achieved in the past, $69,000 November 2021, and some have said it could even get as high as 65,000 by April 2024, which is more than double the current price. Absolutely it is. And we get a little shot of our FTX guru who's heading for jail. And then again, Bitcoin may once again reach a new all-time high. However, it's unlikely to see the same growth as previous cycles due to increased market size and competition from other digital assets. So how many if, buts, maybes and howevers can you have after you've thrown in the headline and got everyone thinking, yeah, now's the time to invest in Bitcoin, but then you've got nearly every paragraph after the first half of the article which has just got an if, but, or maybe in there that it might not actually happen. And then it says, but the popular crypto suffered a recent low of just 19,000 back in March. So another, but. But this is the funny part, the bit that makes me chuckle. So you've got that article telling you that, the headline that brings you in is telling you that Bitcoin's going to double in value over the next 12 months. So that's the crux of this headline and therefore the story. And why you should be reading it is so that you can find out how it's going to double, the halving process, which again, as I said earlier, misunderstands that it's not halving the number of Bitcoin available and therefore ultimately leading to a double. But we'll let that slide because what they're talking about is historically during this halving process, Bitcoin has gone on a bit of a surge, maybe not double, but certainly gone on a surge. But then focusing on here for more coverage from this media outlet, Bitcoin plunges as billionaire targeted, and then right underneath, Bitcoin skyrockets amid banking chaos. What is it? Did it plunge or skyrocket? It's hard to know. Just hilarious about the coverage of something like Bitcoin. And like I said, it's why I say to you all the time, do not rely on the media for your financial advice. So you've got one article saying at the top it's going to double. Then it's got a whole bunch of if, buts, maybes and howevers to say it might not happen. And then in the sidebar, you've got one article to tell you that it's plunged and another one to tell you that it's skyrocketed. So, what is it? What is actually happening? Well, ultimately, we don't care what the media think about prices. We let the data tell us. We let our systems tell us what we're going to invest in. And we let the media just make up stories that fill space. And, for a bit of fun, I scroll through these things, but I can guarantee you it's not where I'm taking my advice from. So that's all I wanted to cover in this one. I know there are a number of people in my community who are Bitcoin and crypto lovers, so thought it was appropriate to at least have a conversation about it. Obviously a one-sided conversation in this case, but it just highlights to you the real risk of relying on the media for your advice or guidance when it comes to Bitcoin. You've got, effectively you've got three articles there, with all conflicting headlines and messages about what's happening with just one simple asset class being Bitcoin. So very, very difficult to get a handle on what is really happening by just following these articles. So that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Woody's Weekly Wisdom, episode number 11. If you're interested in learning how to grow your wealth the smart way, the efficient and effective way, reach out to us. There'll be links down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe as well. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube watching this. And if it's on any of the other platforms, there should be a link to get in touch with us. If not, reach out however you would like to do, and we can organise to have a chat and see if there's ways that we can help you grow your wealth. And that is Woody's Weekly Wisdom episode number 11. Have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Cheers.